Honestly, I can't believe the way some Africans are reacting towards the mass deportation thing. Like, I've been holding this for a while now, but my stomach is neither a storage unit nor a warehouse. So I'm going to say it out today, here and right now. After the election results were made public, some Africans took to their social media, celebrating. Thank God. I can't wait for them to go back home where they belong. Hallelujah. Jehovah, oh, Haile Mary, gracias. Haile, gracias. I know 50 in New York without papers. I can help point them out. I know some who are living here without papers. I know where they now live. Some thought we were on the same level. I'm happy they're going to be going back to Africa soon.
The heels of the biggest illegal immigration crisis we've ever seen in this nation, there has to be a massive deportation operation. President Trump is going to shut down the border. We're going to have a massive deportation operation, and we're going to try to find over 300,000 children that were released by this administration. I guarantee you, some are in forced labor, some are in the sex trade. We're going to save those children and get them back to their families.
About another group of people, the estimated 4 million families in America who have mixed immigration status. So I'm talking about parents who might be here illegally, but the kids are here legally. Your borders are.
You're talking about separation.
Yeah, well, I mean, there are two aspects to this. Your borders are, Tom Homan said, they can be deported together.
Correct.
Is that the plan?
Well, that way you keep those. Well, I don't want to be breaking up families. So the only way you don't break up the family is you keep them together, and you have to send them all back.
Even kids who are here legally?
Well, what you going to do if they want to stay with the father?
Many know about slavery, but few discuss paper genocide. We did not all come from Africa, and most of us have Aboriginal roots that were stripped away due to reclassification and miseducation. As a native Black American and a member of the Muskogee Creek Nation, I understand the importance of tracing your lineage. If you want to learn how to trace your genealogy and apply for tribal citizenship, go to nativeblackancestry.com to schedule a consultation.
They don't want you to remember this. You not no slave, you indigenous. Fuck how they painted them Indians. You went to war with the French and the British, man. Quite frankly, you was kings Merovingians. They took the women and men, made them prisoners, raised up the children to worship their images, set up a lab to the genes and they mixed them, and this shit get way deeper than your pigment.
Shout out to the chat. Everybody make sure to smash the like button on the way in. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Throw 5 on the Cash App or the PayPal if you support independent media. And let's get on with the content. To sum it up, the geek surgeon has said it best. Not my people, not my problem, not my business, not my concern. The Africans want us to care about their plight. The Latinos want us to care about their plight. Meanwhile, nobody cares about us.
My fear is that I'll get deported to a country that I don't know.
Camila Ruilova Bustamante. She came across the border as a 7-month-old baby with her mother and grandmother. 23 years later, she's still not been able to get the paperwork she needs to be legal.
Threat of deportation is imminent.
How frightened are you? What's your fear?
Having been here since I was 7 months old, my biggest fear, I think, would be that my family is torn apart.
We tell her story to voters, Trump voters, just an hour outside of D.C. to see if there was any empathy for Camilla. And there was some, but not much.
There's going to be sad stories. You know?
She might be among them.
She might be among them. I don't know how it's all going to plan out. I would love to see, like, she came at 7 months old. It's not her fault she was here illegally, you know?
Her mum is with her, by the way, and is also still undocumented.
Well, her mom should go home at least.
Hey, shout out to Becky. I concur with Becky. Her mama should go home at least. If her mama's here illegally, bare minimum, mama adios. But with her, depends on if we're going to end this birthright citizenship stuff. I don't personally believe in birthright citizenship. As a native Black American, as a man that descends from indigenous Americans, American Indians, the Native American, whatever the classification or title is that you go by, everybody who's not of my culture, of my people, you're all immigrants as far as I'm concerned. But when it comes to y'all that are here illegally, yes, go home immediately. You have 30 minutes. When it comes to you guys who fell under that birthright citizenship, gray area, it depends on what Trump does.
At least.
Others had less empathy.
Send her home. I mean, let her figure out how to get legal. We just got to get control over the border and know who's coming in here.
Did you vote for Trump?
I did.
It was one of the reasons because of immigration.
Yes. Yes. My family did it the right way. So why not go down the path of actually becoming official?
Mi nombre es Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. My name is
AOC, as she's known, is leading the charge, urging Joe Biden to give temporary protected status to 300,000 undocumented Ecuadorians, many of whom live in her district in New York.
We agree. Being undocumented is a problem. But our solution, instead of turning the military on our own people, is to document them. To document the undocumented.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my God, stop fucking lying.
Yeah, no. The solution to undocumented migrants is not to give them papers. That's not the way it works. And I think we need to do a background check on what's her name? Something Torres, AOC, whatever the hell. Do her peoples have her papers in check? Where are thy papers? Show me thy papers.
The Immigration Office told us it has nearly 7.8 million immigration cases currently on its books, while other estimates put the total number of undocumented migrants at over 13 million people, a number that's risen sharply under President Biden. And officials told us there are more than 600,000 migrants.
Yeah, man, Biden was some cold work, y'all. Sleepy Joe, he let his son do coke and hookers in the White House, and he let the migrants just walk on through the border, y'all. It was wild under Sleepy Joe's reign.
Criminal convictions or pending criminal charges.
If you want freedom, take pride in your country. If you want democracy, hold on to your sovereignty. And if you want peace, love your nation. Wise leaders always put the good of their own people and their own country first. The future does not belong to globalists. The future belongs to patriots.
Hold on. I gotta read this. Hold on, y'all. POV. You are a proud African woman in America. Okay, stop right there. Foul on the play. Foul on the motherfucking play. If you Africans are so proud, why aren't you in Africa? I'm just saying, like you're such a proud African, but you don't want to live in your motherland. It's like you got Wakanda, you're a Wakandian or whatever the fuck it's called, a Wakandan, and you don't want to live in Wakanda though. You want to live in my homeland, America. Like it don't make sense. Both things can't be true. You can't be so proud and flee your country in mass. You can't be so proud and simultaneously walking through South America to get to my homeland. We are so proud. We are such proud people. Say, such proud Africans that we flee to South America and walk in the traffic with coyotes get to America. And we're such proud Africans. It don't make sense. Be proud in Africa. I don't hear no Africans living on the continent of Africa talking about how proud they are. And hold up, I got so caught up with the first flag on the play, I didn't even finish reading this shit. POV, you're a proud African woman in America that will be okay with being deported back home because at least you know you fought for democracy, equality, and women's rights, and home is a good place to be, then why did you leave in the first fucking place? If home is the place to be, then why did you leave in the first place? Why did you come to my home to allegedly fight for democracy and equality and women's rights? You don't want to fight for that shit in your homeland, huh? You don't want to fight for that shit in the motherland, but you're going to come to my land to allegedly fight for people that aren't your own. It makes no sense. I like the way you move, though. I like the way you move. Hold on. I'm going to start it back from the beginning. I'm going to let her do her little jiggle rock. Yeah, jiggy rock your ass back across that border, okay? And do that little shimmy twerk back to the motherland, okay? I some say I hate to see you go, but I love to watch you leave. I say you need to hurry up and go, but I will enjoy watching you leave in every aspect possible, okay? They do have, rather large gluteus maximus, and it will be humorous and simultaneously arousing to see that a rump shaketh thy ass back to Africa. And don't come back, please. I'm serious. Don't come back. If we need you, we'll send for you. Until then, just stay over there in Africa. Y'all got like 50-something countries over there, right?
Alarm bells
Shake that ass back to Africa, girl. Shake that ass right back to Africa.
Little Village and other communities with large immigrant populations.
So we are terrified with those threats of deportation.
Pastor Emma Lozano, who famously provided sanctuary at her Humboldt Park Church for Elvira Arellano nearly 2 decades ago, is calling on President Biden to act now.
To give temporary protection status for those people that have been living here for decades, paying taxes, possibly married to U.S. citizens or have U.S. citizen children or dreamer children.
The Johnson administration is preparing to do all it can to protect families with undocumented members. The deputy mayor for immigrant, migrant, and refugee rights says Chicago will not be bullied because of its welcoming city ordinance.
We are not able to cooperate with ICE to assist in mass deportation.
Damn, and people sign Old Girls Holding down below. Proud daughter of immigrants. So you're proud that your forefathers fled their homeland. Damn, that's like an oxymoron. Like your mama and your papa were insecure. They were the opposite of proud. They were insecure about where they're from. They were insecure about their whole country. So they came to mine, and you're proud of them immigrating to my ancestral homeland. Okay. All right. It's just a lot to take in, guys. It's a lot to take in, trust me.
Our mayor has made very clear that he will not flinch. We will continue to maintain our ordinance in place and to comply with that.
One of the biggest concerns is if deportations separate families.
This idea that he's only going to deport on day one people who are undocumented, who have a criminal record, is an absolute lie.
Watch what happens when that debate begins. People are going to come to their senses and leave some of this rhetoric behind them. They're going to say, yes, dangerous people, get rid of them. For God's sake, don't tear that family apart.
Community leaders like Emma Lozano believe that if mass deportations start hitting home in Chicago, churches may need to step up to provide families with sanctuary.
Tonight, the impending clash between the incoming administration and sanctuary cities looks closer to combustion after San Diego's Board of Supervisors approved a measure requiring the feds obtain a judicial warrant for undocumented migrants already in their jails.
Bottom line is, I'm shocked at what San Diego did. And bottom line, we're still coming to San Diego when we do our job. Look, it's more difficult, but we're still doing it.
Thomas Homan is President-elect Trump's border czar and the former director of ICE.
You see San Diego's recent actions as having no legal muster, and you're just going to move right through that?
I think San Diego's legal action is going to be will be in litigation.
It's the latest salvo in a showdown over immigration policy that also affects cities like San Francisco, Chicago, and New York.
It's unfathomable to hear that the incoming administration wants to devastate over 28 million American families in this country who live in mixed status households.
Murad Awauda is president of the New York
Shout out to Waco. Waco says, get them out of here and I'll be able to find an apartment. Nah, I feel you. These migrants are taking up space, they're taking up resources. And honestly, a lot of them are Door Dashers, Uber drivers. I can't really avoid them when it comes to the Uber. I got to get in the back of their musty cars. But guys, I have found a cheat code to avoid them with a DoorDash. You see, what I do is when I get my delivery, I select leave at the door. That way I ain't got to see them, ain't got to talk to the African, Latino, migrant, whatever the hell they is, okay. Ukrainian, insert here, whatever the hell they is, they ain't from here. And I don't even want to see them, don't want to talk to them. Just leave my food at the doorstep. And after I see you drive away, I will pick it up from the doorstep. And I will give you $1 tip because I don't fuck with you like that, okay? $1.
Immigration Coalition. He's also concerned that Trump's controversial family detention policy may be back on the table.
People need to understand it's not in we say detention, but it's not in a jail setting. This is actually an open air campus, family type facility that is open air, right? So we're not talking about razor wire and a penal institution, things like that. They have child care, they have education and programs.
There is no such thing as a soft detention site. There's no humane way of detaining children in prisons, because that's what it ends up becoming, even if it's a tent structure.
President-elect Trump has promised deportation on a mass scale starting as soon as he steps into office, as concerns over family separations remain high.
Was very impressed. Okay, my jaw dropped plenty of times during this consultation, and I wish it didn't even have to end. It doesn't feel like it has been a couple of hours. I've just enjoyed this. I do recommend consulting with Mike about Native American ancestry, and I think that you will love it. I think that you will find the value in the information as I did.
Worried though that you will actually be separating children from their parents and punishing children for the actions of their parents.
Our plan, we have no plan to separate.
Yes, children often get punished by the actions of their parents. Facts. If mommy and daddy's on that crack rock, they are punished by their parents' actions. And I can list many of other examples. So why is it that we're supposed to have so much empathy for children of immigrants and we have no empathy for the children of the Native Americans? And I mean that in every aspect of the word. I'm not just talking about hyphen American Indians. I mean everybody that's a natural born citizen, that's not a migrant, whether that's first generation, second generation, third generation. I mean, they don't really look out for our kids. We got the school shutting down to house the migrants, no after school programs. Damn, they barely even going after the pedophiles. We got YouTubers doing more sting operations on the child predators than the police are doing. I mean, I don't really see a lot of protection of our children, but we supposed to have so much empathy for the illegal children.
Hi guys, I had my genealogy consultation with Mike today. I highly recommend it. He has a lot of information that will probably benefit you guys, and if you ever get a chance, just you give him a chance. You know, he's a great guy, and I believe he's trustworthy, very, very trustworthy.
Shout outs to Mike TV. It's helping me get my genealogy and tribal affiliations in order. I'm actually going to go to a family reunion this coming weekend. So shout out to you, Mike. And I got faith that you're going to make it happen. You know what I mean?
This woman just went ham on the mayor of Chicago, y'all. And I felt it in my spirit.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm sure everybody knows about a movie, Scarface, right? It's a classic, Al Pacino, right? Everybody knows about that movie. And we focus on the famous lines in that movie. You know, the acting and the hello to my little friend and all that. But it's the beginning of that movie that matters. When those words are coming up on that screen, that's what matters. And those words say, in May 1980, Fidel Castro opened the harbor at Muro, Cuba, with the apparent intention of letting some of his people join their relatives in the United States. Within 72 hours, 3,000 U.S. boats were headed for Cuba. It soon became evident that Castro was forcing the boat owners to carry back with them not only their relatives, but the dregs of his jails. Of that 125,000 refugees that landed in Florida, an estimated 25,000 had criminal records. That's what.
And that is colonialism 101. That's how Australia was formed as a European nation. They slayed the Aborigines by shipping all the prisoners from Europe to the island of Australia. They slayed the Native Americans, the American Indians here in North America. They slayed them by what? By emptying the prisons in Britain and having all the whores and prisoners and thieves and robbers come over here and do the dirty work. I mean, this is colonialism 101. The dregs of society will spill the blood, and then the aristocrats come in later.
So that's what has happened in the United States right now. All this asylum-seeking lie, all this about refugees. No. What's happening is they're emptying out the dregs of their jails into the United States, into our communities. They're junking up our country. And yeah, we feel some kind of way about it because it's our country. That's right. It's our country. People like Vasquez and them, look how disrespectful they are. Now, you just gave that man a resolution for his father's restaurant. And every time we get up and talk, he's working this room. Look at him. Look at him. But he wants his resolution for his father.
And they call me the king of receipts, so let me give you some receipts. When I say that they empty out the dregs of society, they empty out the jails and the prisons and send them over here. Guys, haven't you noticed the increase in migrant crime ever since we've had a migrant crisis? Simultaneously, we have a migrant crisis, and at the same time, we have a migrant crime wave.
The 22-year-old migrant from the Republic of Congo is facing sex abuse charges allegedly involving an employee of the agency providing services to migrants. The 22-year-old came to Cheektowaga on a bus from New York City. District Attorney John Flynn says Kindo Jansi is accused of committing an act of sexual misconduct against a female employee of that healthcare service provider hired to help the asylum seekers.
We're going to see a running theme here. Whether they're African, whether they're South American, whether they're Asian, guess what they have in common? They're criminals. Shout out to Kindu Jinsi from the Congo. This man sexually assaulted a woman that was hired by an agency to help his ass. He's sexually assaulting the workers that are there to help him.
Tonight, a migrant has been charged with raping a 15-year-old disabled girl at a Rockland hotel. The case already sparking outcry from local leaders. WBZ's Brandon Truitt is live in Rockland with what...
You heard that right. God damn it. They started off strong, didn't they? A migrant raped a 15-year-old disabled girl in a hotel. His illegal migrant ass got a free hotel stay. And at the free hotel, paid for by our tax dollars, at the free hotel, he's gonna sexually assault his fellow disabled migrant girl next door? What?
Was revealed in court today. Brandon?
Well, Chris, the state started booking out all of the rooms in this hotel last year as a part of its emergency assistance shelter program. And authorities have confirmed to us that both the victim and suspect in this case lived here.
I'm a patron. I don't know if he's a manager or a National Guard on the 911 line, 850 Hingham Street. It's going to be for the migrant section.
It was around 7 Wednesday night. Police records show a front desk worker called 911, reporting a 15-year-old disabled girl had been sexually assaulted.
Room 115. Meet the police. EMS response.
Police say they met the teenager in the lobby. Using multiple translators, she told authorities a man in the hotel brought her to his room to help her with an app on her tablet. Once there, he began having sex with her, the girl explained. According to the police report, the girl asked the man to leave her alone, but says that he wouldn't stop. She was ultimately taken to the hospital. Using a description of the man, police found their suspect in the room where the alleged rape happened. With enough evidence, police say they arrested 26-year-old Corey Alvarez. He was formally charged with rape of a child in Hingham District Court Thursday. Authorities say Alvarez moved here from Haiti and is part of the migrant system. Republican State Representative David DeCoste serves this district and says, "I'm absolutely appalled by the incident that took place in Rockland. Above all, my heartfelt sympathies extend to the young girl who has reportedly been subjected to abuse. The Commonwealth has failed this young."
Be respected, fast players, low payers, all them want their people to be respected, but they can't even give us the dignity for what we built, but them. Ain't no question about it. Yeah, Black History Month, the American descendants of slavery. And I want you to know, Brandon Johnson, I understand what Breakmore's saying about we still on the plantation, but what you're looking at right now, this is what a free Negro look like. And I'm telling you, we're going to get our city back, we're going to stand for our people, we're going to get them out of our communities, because they don't deserve to be there. Anytime they can't give us 3 lousy minutes of their attention while we sit here and watch y'all give them all kind of money, you watch us. We black out here. All right. And we're going to handle our business. You watch that. I'm a free black woman. All right. This how we get that.
Huh? On everything, boy. For real. Now, we tired of y'all running over us, taking our kindness for weakness, doing us all type of this type of way, and think that we gonna continue and not say nothing and watch y'all just run over us. Don't pay us nothing. Give everything to everybody else and watch us as us help build y'all country and build y'all companies and work for y'all like we modern day slaves. That ain't what we gonna do. We're tired. We're tired of all of the games. We're tired of all of the BS. We're tired of y'all not giving us what we actually deserve and fought for. Y'all playing the games with the writing in the Constitution, all that, you know what I'm saying? And you know what, y'all? It's time to be exposed. Y'all, it's time to get y'all exposed and get y'all up out of here. And we don't care if you black, white, yellow, green, whatever. If you are against us, you gotta go.
Miamians view the sudden in-migration of Cubans with bitter irony. Black Miamians watched as Cuban exiles were given assistance, aid, and money.
And this is what that black lady was talking about. Scarface, the movie. Remember the intro scene, how Tony got to America. They emptied the banana boats. This talks about how that affected black Americans at that time.
That native-born black Americans never received. Some blacks began to feel that the Cuban migration and the federal government's attention to Cuban needs blunted demands that blacks were making during the 1960s civil rights struggle. Jesse McCrary is an attorney in Miami. At 34, McCrary has had a fast-moving career. He's been an assistant state's attorney general and for a time sat as one of Florida's federal court judges. McCrary likes to remember that he is one of few blacks that is able to maintain offices on Miami's Biscayne Boulevard. We asked McCrary what he thought the Cuban immigration means to blacks in Miami.
Well, one, Tony, it means that economically, when you look at what the Cubans have done in terms of their economics versus what blacks have done, it means that we are once again at the bottom of the barrel. There are no predominantly black financial institutions in this county. Some people would say that, even though there is a bank here with a number of blacks on the board of directors, But when you look at the control of the bank, where the major portion of the stock is held, it's held by white Miamians. Contrasting that, you have Cubans who have a bank that reportedly is one of the fastest growing banks in the country. Now, that poses a problem because I believe that the whole strength of any community happens to be what kind of financial institutions do you have? Is there an institution that can make a loan to a man who wants to go in business? Is there an institution that is sympathetic to a man who wants to build a house? Is there an institution where he can borrow money to send his children to school? Now, if you don't have those kinds of institutions, then certainly when other people have them, that is white Miami, Cuban Miami, and then black Miami does not have it, it certainly puts them in a pretty poor position, I think.
So for anybody who is on the fence about having Mike help you or walk you through or educating you about genealogy and the genocide that has happened with the paper trail, I implore you to reach out, allow him to educate you and assist you in this process. I have learned so much in this consultation. I feel educated, empowered, and excited for learning about my history and looking forward to the future. So if you're on the fence, please go ahead, hit up Mike. I promise you will not be disappointed.
And on day one, I will launch the largest deportation program of criminals in American history. We're going to get them out. We have to. I will invoke the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. You know, 1798. That's when they ran the country a little tougher than we run it today. Today, you get a little slap in the wrist when you kill somebody. You kill somebody. Oh.
Let me be clear. There is going to be a mass deportation. We're not waiting till January. We're already talking. We're already planning. We're going to put a plan in place and secure this nation at the highest level it's ever seen. It's a felony to knowingly harbor and conceal an illegal alien from immigration authorities. Don't test us.
Forget about what this dangerous demagogue is saying here, mi gente. What he's saying alone isn't anything new or even concerning.
Okay, Conquistador. Take a seat. Take a seat. Take a seat. I don't even got to get into the whole history about how the Spaniards successfully colonized Central and South America and how the average Latino or Hispanic identifies as white and has a spirit of white supremacy passed on from their Spanish conquistador ancestors. So when I see Mr. Pablo here, probably descendant of Cristobal Colon himself, calm down, papi, calm down.
Considering there are actual legal ways to resist what he's proposing. What is really concerning, though, is the level of pure and concentrated hate by which he gets to talk about other fellow human beings. A hate that is shared not only by him, but also by the rest of the entire cult. I mean, just pay attention to the way that the rest of Trump's cabinet nominations also communicate about the others. They all share the same hate. These are personally traumatized people.
Yeah, you want to talk about hate, but you don't want to talk about your ancestors that raped and pillaged the indigenous Taino and Caribs, which is how you got over here in the first place, right, European man?
From Trump all down, and the way they get to deal with their past traumas is by bringing unnecessary pain onto others because they believe that everyone else must also share their own pain. That level of unadulterated disdain for other human beings, mi gente, doesn't have any regard for our common shared humanity. That level of unapologetic hate can care less about any type of legal obstacles that might try to interfere with its evil goals, since it's already prepared to create its own set of unethical laws in order to fulfill all of its inhumane endeavors by any means necessary. Which also means that such level of public disdain is ready to apply the full weight.
Sir, get out of your feelings. If you're in my home illegally, take your ass back to yours. Go back on the other side of the border, Jefe. We don't want to hear it. Fix Mexico, fix Tijuana, fix Peru, fix all those little places that got destabilized by them Spanish Europeans and have been divided and conquered successfully ever since. I mean, that's not our issue. Instead of fixing your issue in your country, you want to flee to ours, and then you want to get mad when we say we don't want you here no more. That ain't the way it works. Go figure out the issue with your cartels and the shit going on in the favelas and all the myriad of issues that you guys are faced with. My name is Bennett, and I ain't in it.
Of his wrath, not only on his intended target, but also on anyone who will dare to get on his way. The level of hate and disdain, mi gente, is precisely what it took for Germany in the 1930s to become the powerful and disruptive force that it did then, which, by the way, history has been screaming at us not to ignore it since 2016. Because the truth is that...
Oh, wait a minute. I know they watching, so let me speak in code. Don't you get started on Germany, Mr. Conquistador, because with the advent of artificial intelligence, I've got in my possession Adolf Hitler's speeches translated to English, and God damn it, there's a reason why they don't have any of his speeches available online. You can't really find those speeches from Hitler on YouTube or on the web like that. But through the advent of AI, I got my hands on some that were translated to English, and oh Lord, when you hear what he said, when you research what was going on at the time, yeah, y'all do your own research on that. But remember, they call it his story. So those that they call terrorists, those that they demean within the historical textbooks, sometimes aren't as evil as one may think. Just like those that they deify and make heroes, like the founding fathers who were racist slaveholders, or Christopher Columbus, real name Cristobal Colon, who was a enslaver and rapist and genocidal maniac, right? So again, they call it his story. But I urge you guys to try to get your hands on some of those Adolf Hitler speeches that were recently translated to English through AI, because Lord, when y'all hear what he was saying, you'd be like, okay.
History knows very well that such level of intense hate and disdain isn't even human. And yet most of the same people who voted for all of it believe with all of their hearts and minds that this is precisely what their God wants, in spite of all the similar history that we have available. Which begs a much more significant question. Who exactly is their God? And who exactly is there to stop it? Stay woke, mi gente.
We have another update about Donald Trump's mass deportations. And this time it's from Fox News.
I do want to say something, though, about Tom Homan. So for everyone who said Trump doesn't know what Project 2025 is, he just put a key contributor in charge of this. And Tom Homan was interviewed on 60 Minutes, and he was asked, is there a way to carry out mass deportation without separating families? And he said, of course there is. Families can be deported together. He also said that it didn't mean if someone was coming to be, quote unquote, rounded up and grandma was in the house and she's undocumented, that it didn't necessarily mean that grandma wouldn't be taken to. And you can say Donald Trump has a mandate till you're blue in the face. Taking grandma is not what people were voting for. They were voting for criminals to be kicked out of this country.
Donald Trump, Africans are supporting you. Donald Trump, Africans are with you. Africans are supporting.
God damn it, Mufasa is in a mud village holding up a picture of Trump. You can't make this shit up. Africans are such a lost people, y'all. Such a lost people. On God. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. Oh Lord. Africans for Trump, eh?
Donald Trump in 2024 presidential election. God bless America. God bless Africa. And God bless Donald Trump. Africans are with you.
I don't like him, I love him.
You love Donald Trump. If I should be in America, I will vote him. God is not done with Donald Trump.
A survey found that nearly 60% of Nigerians are pro-Trump. But as president, he reportedly referred to Africa.
Hold up, I gotta run that back. No, they do not have a Donald portrait of a motherfucker. No, them Africans is deriding Trump. Them Africans want to get diddled by the Trumpster. Oh my gosh. They got mans in the traditional. Yeah, white worship is in effect, y'all. White worship has been in effect for a long, long time. Oh my God. Africans should be so embarrassed. I can find photos right now of them carrying white colonizers through the jungles to go sell them slaves and shit in the 1700s. I mean, the white worship is sick. Really, really sick. Watch, hold on. Africans carrying white colonizers. Those are the keywords we're looking for. Africans carrying white colonizers. Come on, y'all. You got to know how to search by the keywords. Let's see what we found. Look at it. They carrying this motherfucker on a hammock. Man's is chilling with his feet up. Man's is chilling with the feet up. No, not like this. Hold on. You Africans is going out down bad. Hold the L. Hold the L. I got to go back. No, they got man's chilling with the feet up. Like, oh, it's been a long day. Carry me to your village, you Africans. And then you sell me your cousin and your mother and your father, okay? Wake me up once we get there. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Africans, y'all got some splaining to do. Y'all got some splaining to do. Look at this one. They carrying the motherfucker on a little cart. White worship in full effect. White worship in full effect. Look at this. She chilling. She might as well have a cup of iced tea. All that's missing is a cup of iced tea. She got 4 Africans pushing her from the back, 2 pulling her from the front. White worship has always been in full effect in Africa. God damn it. They call me the king of receipts for a reason, y'all. They call me another one of them in the hammock. So that was the main method of transporting the whites, man, okay, was the hammock. Look at this shit. They got another one in the hammock. Mans was chilling. Europeans was living life on easy streak. They went to Africa, got the royal treatment, got some slaves for the low, transported them across the world on plantations. Europeans hit a nice little lick thanks to them Africans. Oh, Lord, oh, Lord. How history would be different if when the Europeans went to Africa and said, hey, do you have any slaves to sell us? The Africans just said, no. Imagine, man, imagine. The white man wasn't sneaking through the jungles of Africa stealing Africans. No, he was chilling in a hammock getting carried by Africans who had enslaved their fellow African. Guys, history is sicker than you realize. And them Africans got some explaining to do. Another one in the hammock, y'all. Another one. And these ain't no AI photos, y'all. This is some real photography. This is some real shit. Hold on. This page needs to load for me. Lord, oh Lord. This is not no AI deepfakes, y'all. These are historical photos. What is going on here? Look at this shit. Mans is really being carried in the... Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. I know there's more. Look, another rendition. Good God, this is crazy. Look at another photo. Mans is in the hammock. Mans was like, oh, I need to stretch my leg a little bit. He said, I need to stretch my leg. Let me just one leg in and you one leg out and you're winning all about. You got the Africans carrying to the next village to sell each other out. That's what it's all about. Hokey pokey. God damn, this is crazy. He got 4 Africans carrying him through the jungle. This is crazy. This is madness. Africans, you have some... Oh my God, I can't even speak. What's up with the hammocks, y'all? I was today's years old when I found out the Africans have been historically carrying the white man through the African bush via hammock. This is fucking wild. This is absolutely wild. Man's got his feet up and everything. Oh, Lord. What is going on here? And Miss Becky Ann, oh, Lord, Miss Becky Ann Joseph, sitting in a hammock, just in her lily whites with some Africans carrying her. All right, y'all, I'm done. My stomach can't take any more of this shit. This is sickening.
50% of Nigerians are pro-Trump, but as president, he reportedly referred to African nations as shithole countries.
Did you address his reported comments from earlier this year when he reportedly used vulgar language to describe African nations?
So the best thing for me is to keep quiet.
We didn't discuss it. And you do have some countries that are in very bad shape.
As the U.S. election approaches, I wanted to find out why.
Very bold and confident.
A strong willed person, he knows what he wants, he stands by it and he goes for it.
I like the way he talks. I see that he has a good plans for Americans.
Do you know he referred to African nations as shithole countries?
If he knew...
Which is the truth. Most African nations are shithole corrupt countries. And when Black Americans do our genealogy, we find that we do not descend from Africans, nor descend from any African shithole country. We descend from Aborigines. We descend from the indigenous of North America. All we got to do is trace the paperwork. I'm not talking about spitting in a cup. I'm not talking about a mouth swab. Black Americans can easily trace our lineage to the 1600s, sometimes even the 1500s. I know, because I'm a full-time genealogist. And if any of you have yet to trace your family heritage, go to nativeblackancestry.com and you can access my genealogy services. But real quick, let's take a commercial break and hear from some of my recent clients.
My name is Javaris Johnson. I work in the oil and gas industry as a truck driver. I recently just did a consultation for my genealogy with Mike at Key Media Pro. It was awesome. A lot of great information. A lot of stuff I'm going to have to go back and digest because it was so much information, man. And it really helped me to get on the path to enrolling with my tribe and learning everything, man. And it's just a great and awesome experience. You know, I encourage you guys, you know, if you're curious, to go out, do your family tree and connect with your ancestry.
Any doubt, get it out your head immediately. So yeah, like I'm going to continue to work with Mike as much as I can. So I want to say thank you, Mike, for actually taking the time out and talk with me and my husband. Like, you definitely informed us on a lot of things. And the people out there that's watching, he will also inform you on a lot of things that you may not even know about. So I want to say thank you again, Mike.
I'm not sure, in quotes, that statement would have been made.
Yes, I know he said that, but that doesn't really change my perception about him.
You said you admire him?
Yeah, I admire him.
To many Nigerians, however, Trump represents something more important: the defense of conservative Christian values.
In Nigeria, precisely, people like me, Donald Trump is our choice. Donald Trump has that very charisma to talk people.
Okay, Africans, Nigerians specifically, help me out. Can you Nigerians help me out? Why or how is you dick riding one of our presidential candidates beneficial for you at all? You're in a whole different country, other side of the world. He's not your president. What is going on here? Are you hoping that if you give him a proverbial blowjob, that he'll like let some of you guys flee over here? You know, he'll make the migration easier from African nations. Are you hoping that he disbands AFRICOM so we stop shooting shit up over there? What exactly do you Nigerians hope to get out of dick riding Donald Trump?
Into agreeing with what is right.
David Kingileo Elijah is a pastor who bills himself as the world's most accurate prophet. Staunchly pro-Trump, his predictions often involve the former president.
The prophecy that comes here for Donald Trump is always accurate.
But as November 5th approaches, what does the prophet foresee this time?
Well, the prophecy has already been given before now, that God is not done with Donald Trump.
Do you have a prophecy for when y'all gonna get Wi-Fi? Do you have a prophecy for when y'all will get paved roads? Do you have a prophecy for when the coups and the famine and the genocide will stop, or when you'll get control over your mineral resources again? I mean, do you have any prophecies for you Africans? Or are you prophesizing over who the next American president's gonna be? I mean, this is just strange. I don't give a damn about who the prime minister is in Canada. I don't give a damn about who the queen or the king is in England. I don't give a damn about who the reigning sheiks are in Dubai. My name is Bennett. I ain't in it. Not my people, not my problem, not my issue. But you Africans just love dick riding Americans, don't you?
And that is why he needs me, the major prophet, to step in.
Oh, my bad. Let me give you a more a more comedic segue. You Africans just love dick riding Americans, don't you?
I pay for therapy because my thoughts tear me. They keep on dragging me. I pay for tips, they scared of me. I cannot barely sleep, or even I cannot hold on. Without you on side of me, I never knew this pain. Take the ones I love away from. I wanna see cats bad, why can't someone call me? I got to shoot out on my sleeve.
Yeah, them not our cousins, them not our people, that ain't our culture. But they trying to take our culture and run with it, huh?
Talk to him into his ears.
In this culturally and religiously diverse nation, support for Trump is far from universal. A second term in office, though, would give many here a cause for celebration.
Honestly, I can't believe the way some Africans are reacting towards the mass deportation thing. Like, I've been holding this for a while now, but my stomach is neither a storage unit nor a warehouse. So I'm going to say it out today, here and right now. After the election results were made public, some Africans took to their social media, celebrating. Thank God. I can't wait for them to go back home where they belong. Hallelujah. Jehovah, oh, Haile Mary, gracias. Haile, gracias. I know 50 in New York without papers. I can help point them out. I know some who are living here without papers. I know where they now live. Some top.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, through my coverage of Africans, I've learned how to speak Bush Baby Babble. What he is saying through that thick accent is he is very surprised that he sees a lot of Africans dick riding Donald Trump. Furthermore, he sees Africans on social media that are saying they will help snitch on undocumented Africans and call ICE on them, saying that they know where the undocumented Africans are and where to find them. If you guys need me to translate further, just let me know, chat.
We're on the same level. I'm happy they're going to be going back to Africa soon. I was like, I took screenshots of all these posts and stories. That's a video for another day because I'm going to call them out. Some of these folks came to America through the back door. Some of them used all types of unorthodox means to get immigration benefit, aka green card. Some of them are married to their great-grandmothers who are supposed to be in care homes or on retirement.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. He's snitching now. He's snitching. Wait a minute. I knew about the young African men marrying white grandmothers for a green card.
Do you have your passport? Did you get your shots? Girl, would you like to come back with Rob to America? America. Do you have your passport? Did you get your shots? Who wants to come back with us to America?
Oh, yes, the white worship is real. I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but one of them young African men were on both knees. Good God, good God. But no, he's not talking about the young African men wifing up the white grandmothers. He's saying that they immigrate to America with their biological grandmother, put her in a care home, and legally marry her so that they can get papers. What? I gotta run that back.
Types of unorthodox means to get immigration benefit, aka green card. Some of them are married to their great-grandmothers who are supposed to be in care homes or on retirement. But they go around, babe, I want to go pick up my wife. I came to pick up my wife. I came shopping with my wife. You turn to see the wife with a walking stick. Wife. Your wife. These same people, they are the ones championing, praying on bended knees for their fellow Africans to be deported. My dear Africans, if you are in America with no papers, no document, get you an immigration attorney. There are good ones here on social media. If you don't know where to start, Don't even take recommendations from your African brother. Don't even look. There are very smart attorneys here that are willing to help you stay in America. They are going to do an analysis of your immigration history. They will tell you if you qualify for certain benefits or not. Yeah. Rather than going to Africans, your fellow brothers, what they will do is they will tell others. They're going to call, hey, John was here. He came to tell me about his immigration story. I don't know what he's expecting me to do. When they came here, they were going up and down. They were posting photos on Facebook. They were this, they were that. What does he want me to do? That's what they will do. That's what they do. Some of them, if you meet them at your job site, you get a new job, you meet an African there. When you greet them, they don't answer. When you greet them, they'll be like, you ask them,
So if you guys need another translation, essentially he's saying Africans should not trust their fellow African.
Please, where can I find a bathroom? The person that brought you here didn't show you the bathroom. Africans in America. I've said it and I'm saying it again. The African community in America is the worst in the entire diaspora. I've lived in 7 countries and I'm talking with facts. I say facts from myself. They are very wicked. Wickedness is in their stomach, from their body, their stomach right up to their chest, and it's here. It's almost coming out. I say wickedness is here. Jealousy is here. Hatred is here. Here. It's full. It's going to pour out. It's here. It's going to pour out very soon. Gossiping.
So now what he's saying is that Africans that migrate to America are the worst out of all the African diaspora, and they have such seething hatred and jealousy that it's venomous, and it bubbles and bubbles and bubbles up to the point where they're just going to vomit it out. And we see that exercise in various ways, such as the rise in migrant crime.
You will see some of them with burgeoning stomach. Some of them looking like my big back here. You feel like they have maybe fibroid or a fupa or what, I don't know. It's not fupa nor fibroid. Gossiping, gas from gossiping. Gasmatic patients.
Okay. Now he's saying that some Africans you think are chunky with a fupa. That's not an actual fupa. They're just filled with gas from gossiping and jealousy.
That gas, you know when you gossip, the air, gossiping is involve 1 or 2 or more people. As you gossip more, the air comes back to you, inhale it, it makes your stomach funny, in a funny way. Go get you an immigration lawyer. Don't tell Africans your things when it comes to immigration. Deal with them, but be smart. Be smart, because most of them do not want you here. They don't. Thank God they can never be president in America. Because if Africans had the right to be president in this country, they will make sure some of them feel like they have more right to be in America, like America was made for them. Come and see the way they walk around with shoulders up. Come and see them. Some of them, you even pay them to render you a service. They won't do it. They'll take the money. They won't do it. Because they know maybe you are undocumented. They want to play in your face.
They don't want you to remember this. You not no slave, you indigenous. Fuck how they painted them Indians. You went to war with the French and the British men. Quite frankly, you was kings, Merovingians. They took the women and men, made them prisoners. Raised up the children to worship their images. Set up a lab to the genes and they mixed them. And this shit get way deeper than your pigment.